What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha, and we're returning to the MTV Unplugged Summer Solstice album, and we're returning to the first disc. I do want to say I have access to the full thing, so we'll go through everything eventually. But yeah, the next tune is Foot of the Mountain. Through people's comments, I learned about the significant and if also complicated history of this song in terms of the relationship of the band, but particularly with Paul and Mags. So yeah, I get it. This is a song that has a complex and perhaps problematic history in terms of the way the band might view it, or at least Paul in particular. But ultimately, I think it's a really good tune. I think it speaks to some of the sonic atmosphere that is a hallmark of their sound going way back to the early albums. I do enjoy that album overall a great deal. This might not be my favorite tune from Foot of the Mountain, but I absolutely enjoy the track. So yeah, it's not one that's overly electronic sounding, but it definitely has layers that I'm curious to hear how they will be rendered in this performance. So with no further ado, let's get it. This is Aha, the tune is Foot of the Mountain, and this is from the 2017 performance for MTV Unplugged, given the name Summer Solstice.
Keep your clever lines, hold your easy rhymes, silence everything. Silence always wins. It's a perfect alibi. There's no need to analyze. We will be alright through the longest night. Just silence everything. We could live by the foot of the mountain. We could clear us a yawn in the back. We're not home by the foot of the mountain. We could stay there and never come back.
I love that. Is that a dulcimer? Is that the...
Leave what others take, and speak when spoken to. Just do what others do. Silence always wins, so silence everything. It will be alright in the morning light. Just silence everything. We could live by the foot of the mountain. We could clear us a yawn in the back. Build a home by the foot of
That's
the
fine,
mountain. We could stay there and see how it ends. We could
intent. It's a bit serious, but it's got grace and class. Brilliant. I love it. Not insanely different from the studio version. Less different than one or two others we've heard.
So you know that some of this is probably going to go on the record.
Some.
Maybe all of it, who knows? So you're part of this recording of a TV special, I mentioned it, going in for MTV. It took us 30 years after we were first shown on MTV to get there. So, you know, it's great. It's great to. It's actually given us a. I mean, doing this Unplugged has given us a whole different take on our own songs. You know, we sort of dismantled everything and started from scratch, and some places started somewhere else, and it's actually been really fantastic experience to do it. I think we all got inspired and
But we are slow.
very friendly in the
We are
process.
slow. I think 10 years ago MTV sort of gave up trying to get us to do this thing.
And here we are.
And here we are.
I love those guys, man. I really need to see them if possible. That's it. Didn't know if something else was going to happen there. But yeah, they really have a great rapport. You know, the history of this song and everything else notwithstanding, that was very funny. And it makes perfect sense to me that, okay, so now, you know, this is an unplugged performance. Some of these songs are going to be elements. At the very least, we're going to have to represent differently or use a different instrument to portray that part of the track. So it makes sense that it would have been a creative, collaborative process to figure out how to dismantle the tunes and rebuild them in a different way. And, you know, again, as someone who has gone back to things I wrote before and edited them and adjusted them with perhaps greater understanding based on other work and experience I've had since then, it is interesting to like, oh, okay, you know, I like a lot of what I'm doing here, but I have to, I'm gonna reconfigure this part and change the opening and so on. So it is interesting to re-engage with things you've done. But as I said, this one felt a bit closer sonically to the studio version, more so than, say, the Sun Always Shines on TV. But yeah, I enjoy the original from the album of the same name, and I thought this was fantastic as well. The piano in particular was really standing out to me. I enjoyed the moments where we hear multiple members singing, and again, they're very funny in their moments between the songs. So absolutely love it. Do let me know what you think, and Luca and I, the Sleeping Kitty, will see you next time. Peace.